Hello, how are you? So I've had this dream. I had this dream that I was the son of Walt Disney. Stay with me. Stay with me. I promise it gets better. I had this dream that my mother and I lived somewhere totally different, but I was the son of Walt Disney. They were divorced. I never got to see him, and I never got to go there. But I knew of him. I knew about him, but I never really knew him. And he called and said it was time for me to come to the kingdom. And so I went out there and I met with him, and I realized that I had a stepbrother, and with his other family, and we were standing there, and he's like, "I've come to the time to where you both get to inherit the kingdom." Wow. the kingdom? He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, I haven't even been around. And he says, "I know. You're my son. And I've always thought of you. And I never forget you. And I think of you constantly." And he's like, "You still get the inheritance of the kingdom." And I'm like, "But my brother's been here week after week, tending to the families here." He's like, "So?" I'm like, "But my brother knows the ins and outs of the entire kingdom, and I have nothing to really know about it." And he's like, "I'll show you the simplest thing to the most complex." Okay. But I never even paid any dues for the kingdom. I never even went. He's like, "I don't care." He's like, "I've got more riches than you can imagine. It's okay." I don't get it. He's like, "I love you. You're my son. And that's what's important." And I'm like, "Wait, don't you have to go beat up, take your wrath and anger out on Mickey Mouse?" He's like, "Why would you say that?" And I'm like, "Well, that's just what I've always thought and known, is that in order to be loved, you've got to beat somebody up or take your wrath and anger out on them. So it's not on me." And he's like, "Wow, the world's really messed you up, my son." I'm like, "Well, I guess so. I don't get it." And he's like, "Why would I have to beat up Mickey? Mickey was my first creation. I created him before the kingdom ever came into existence. And I love Mickey. And you've seen Mickey, you've seen me. I am Mickey. Mickey is me. I bring joy, I bring peace, I bring happiness to everyone in the kingdom." He's like, "You don't see Mickey running around beating people up, because that's not who I am." Wow. And then he said, "My son, you get to inherit the entire kingdom, regardless of what you think. But open the eyes to your heart so that you can see."